Kia ora, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock with news. Financial markets are on tenterhooks for the Thursday US Fed rate decision. In the meantime, US consumer inflation expectations over the next year eased in May, down to 4.1% and the lowest since March 2021, more than 2 years ago. Expectations for inflation for longer term periods, however, rose slightly. The rises were minor but represent an upturn from previous surveys. Labour market expectations were mixed, with expected earnings growth declining, but unemployment expectations and perceived job risk improving. This expectation data comes ahead of tonight's May CPI data for the US, and analysts also expect to see it coming in at 4.1%, which will be a good drop from the 4.9% in April. And markets are expecting the Fed to pause its rate hike track when they deliver their latest decisions on Thursday, thinking they have inflation coming down quickly now and have done enough to keep the retreat locked in. In China, there are more indications of their demographic malaise. The number of marriages registered last year fell for the 9th consecutive year to the lowest since 1986, when the figure started to be recorded. And Japan's producer prices fell in May from April, only the third such drop in the past 2 years, and the steepest monthly drop since 2016, pandemic excluded. And Japanese machine tool orders weren't flash in May either, unfortunately, down 22% from the same month a year ago. Orders from both local and export sources were equally weak. And India's CPI inflation rate rose slower and were now at 4.25% in May from 4.7% in the previous month, the lowest in 2 years and lower than market forecasts of 4.4%. Food prices eased the most, with key categories falling rather sharply. The US Treasury 10-year yield will start today at 3.75% and up 3 basis points from yesterday. And the price of gold will start today down $5 at $1,956 an ounce. And oil prices have fallen $3 from yesterday to now just under $67.50 a barrel in the US, while international Brent price is just under $72 a barrel. That's a rather sharp drop. And the Kiwi dollar starts today still little changed at 61.2 US cents. Against the Aussie, though, we're down 0.5 cent at 90.6 Australian cents. Against the euro, we're softer too, but less so at 56.9 euro cents. That means our trade-weighted index now at 69.3. Get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.